So we as human beings used to think that the sun, the moon, the stars all revolved around the earth, right? But we know that the earth revolves around the sun. So in a way, it got me thinking that it's just how we think as human beings. We think that people, places, and things revolve around us. But really, when you break it down, we revolve around other people. We revolve around other people. What do I mean by that? That is what I'm going to talk about today, so sit tight. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Jen. I help people reinvent their reality. So this idea that we used to think that everything in the universe revolved around the Earth, our home planet, right? And that's okay. I mean, we were ignorant, or there's a lot we don't know, but it's also the mentality of the human being and the ego, right? And I think this transfers into modern day a lot, because a lot of us always think that other people and what other people do revolves around us and our own agenda. Is that not true? There's a little bit of truth to that, right? So let's go back to the universe for a second. So we know as human beings less than 5% of what goes on in the universe. That it's basically, we've confirmed about 5% of it. The rest is very unknown to us, okay? So when we think that we are, I don't know, in our heads we think that we know it all, right? Or we see our little problems that we have as this big thing, and we blow it out of proportion for ourselves. And we think that we are all there is. This is an issue for a lot of us, and I think it goes back to just human ignorance on a larger level with anything that's going on, either current, past, anything that's gonna go on in the future. Is our ignorance is truly a problem. The fact that we only understand less than 5% of our own, where we come from, is a key. But we play the role, or we pretend, or we claim to know it all, right? We claim to know more than we actually do. So look at it from a larger angle. You know, when we think that other people revolve around our agendas, it's very true. We think that other people are always going to cater to our needs. And if other people don't cater to our needs, then we become upset, we become frustrated, we want to fight back, we want to just react, we get very angry. But the key here is to understand that other people do not revolve around you, that you are revolving around them, okay? So if you come at it from a place of understanding another person's need first, then you'll notice that oftentimes you get what you want more. If you don't understand somebody else and you're just trying to bend them to fit into your own agenda, it often doesn't work, or what happens is it just kind of explodes. Stuff explodes, right? And it creates chaos. It creates chaos, it creates more hatred, it creates more anger, it creates just fighting. Like these two energies, right? They're not being attracted to each other, they're butting heads with each other. So, you know, I just wanted to use the example of the universe, because just in our brains, we claim to know it all, or we did claim to know it all, right? Where we're like, okay, this is the way the universe works. But that's not the way the universe works. There's 95% of many unknown things in the universe. So for us to say that we know for a fact that this is how this works and that works, and how this person should behave, and how this society should be run, and how you know, the list could go on and on and on and on. You know, our ego can definitely project out, you know, things to go for miles and miles. So, you know, the point of this video is to just think about it for a second. Think about what we have thought in history. You know, we thought the earth was flat because we couldn't see beyond the horizon, right? We couldn't see the big picture that the earth was this round planet, right? So a lot of how we live day to day is only based on our physical senses, what we see in our physical environment. So if we see something either we don't like or we don't see something at all, either denial, it doesn't exist because we can't see it, or I have to try and fit this into my own agenda because everything's revolving around me and my ego. But that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. So once you start thinking a little bit bigger, so it's like expanding the thinking of just beyond what I can see. This goes for like on a spirituality level, or just expanding not only the thinking, but expanding the consciousness outward. Once we begin expanding the consciousness outward, we begin to see things in a different way, because we're seeing things not just based off of our physical senses, right? Like I see a shirt sitting on the bed in this room, therefore I know it exists. But because I can't see the shirt in, you know, the other room on the other bed, it must not exist. It must not exist because I don't see it. Well, I know it exists because I've seen it before. See, that's the difference. I've seen it before, so I know it's there because I have a past memory of it. But what about those things that we've never seen? We can't comprehend, right? Let's think big here, like the universe. 95% of the universe, or what we can't see beyond our own galaxy or whatever. It must not exist, right? So, I don't know. It's just interesting. But with that being said, you know, never think small. Never think only from ego. Never think that people are revolving around you, because they're not. Other people may think that you are revolving around them. And what does that create? It creates this kind of disconnection, or creates chaos, it creates fighting, it creates this butting of heads. Because I'm not understanding you, and you're not understanding me. Our thinking patterns are very alike. They're so alike. But at the same time, they're also bringing us apart. They're tearing us apart because they're very narrow-minded, right? They're very in this little tiny section of reality. So on that note, have a great day, everyone. Expand your consciousness, expand your thinking. Think big, don't think small. Don't think small. Just think of the universe. Think of the universe at large. Think of how much we don't know. The next time you're in a tiff with somebody, think of how much we don't know. The next time you think you're right and that other person's wrong, think of how much you don't know, that we don't know as a collective unit, because we're all in this together. So, have a great day. I will see you on tomorrow's video, and peace out.